What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Andre is going to sign for Liverpool in the January transfer window. That's what many newspapers and journalists are claiming, and even during the Copa Libertadores final commentary there were some South American journalists who commentated on the game saying that Andre already has a verbal agreement with Liverpool for a January transfer. And actually Andre gave an interview before the Copa Libertadores final praising Jurgen Klopp and saying that he's very closely following the Premier League and Liverpool. So what do you think about this? Do you think Andre would be a brilliant transfer for Liverpool in the January transfer window? Let me know in the comments below, and also leave a like on this video if you enjoy it. And also, what did you think of the Newcastle Arsenal VAR controversy and referee controversy? Because yet again it's another week where the referees make colossal, huge, result and game altering and title race changing mistakes. And that's the biggest problem, that these mistakes always somehow end up favoring Manchester City. So more on that later. So if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and please help me continue making these videos by donating via the thanks button below the video or subscribing to my Patreon. Link is in the video description, where you get additional benefits and great additional contracts. So Andre said reaching the final of the Libertadores Cup is a childhood dream. And he said he's following Liverpool games a bit, and I know that Jurgen Klopp's work is exceptional. So him praising Jurgen Klopp as a brilliant, exceptional manager can only mean good things and good news for Liverpool fans. Without a doubt, Andre said he is a great coach, very intelligent and successful. But right now my coach is Fernando Diniz, and you have to understand, Andre has been at Fluminense for the last 10 years. It's like his childhood, boyhood club, and he has been through the youth teams and he's very happy there. By the way, Fluminense won their first Copa Libertadores trophy in their history, and Andre was instrumental in helping Fluminense reach the final and win the competition. He played the Copa Libertadores final pretty brilliantly, pretty exceptional performance. There are compilations on Twitter, look it up, Andre, he played against Boca Juniors. It was a thrilling final. I watched the extended highlights this morning. Fluminense ran out 2-1 winners after extra time. There were one red card each for both teams, and actually the guy Kennedy who scored the winning goal got a red card for his excessive celebrations for going out to the crowd. I think it was his second yellow card, but I'm not 100% sure. So Fluminense took the lead, Boca Juniors equalized, then Fluminense took the lead in extra time, and then the guy who scored, Kennedy, got sent off. Then a Boca Juniors player got sent off as well. I think it was even previously, before the Fluminense second goal. But in the end, the most important thing is Fluminense won their first Copa Libertadores title, which is an absolutely massive, historic, monumental thing. And it justifies Andre's decision that he wanted to stay at Fluminense to try and help them win their first Copa Libertadores title in their history. And now he comes hopefully to Liverpool in the January transfer window with the Copa Libertadores title under his belt. And Andre actually admitted that he very closely follows the Premier League, and he suggested that his future still is not decided yet 100%, but he said, I follow the Premier League a lot. It's a very competitive league that demands a lot from the players, but today my dream is to live day by day here in Fluminense. I don't know what will happen in the future. I have a long contract here at Fluminense and I really like being here. It's been 10 years already, so it's where I feel at home. I'm still young, only 22 years old, so there is no need for me to think too far ahead. But the way Diniz, the Fluminense coach, and Andre embraced, and the way they talked after winning the Copa Libertadores final on the pitch straight after the game, it was like a thank you and goodbye. It felt like that through the cameras. Of course, I don't know Portuguese, so I'm not sure exactly what was said. If anybody could maybe lip read and translate what was said between them, that would be fantastic. But so far I saw really no evidence evidence of anybody could be able to translate what was actually said between the player and the manager. But the vibe, the feeling was when you watched those pictures and videos was that it's like a big goodbye. Of course, everybody was very emotional. I mean, Advincula, the right back of Boca Juniors, who scored a terrific equalizer, curling into the bottom far corner. Actually, there was still 15 minutes left of the game when Fluminense scored the second goal, but he was crying on the pitch. He was so emotional, he was so heartbroken. Maybe he felt that it was almost impossible for Boca Juniors to come back. And interestingly, the Fluminense colors are the same colors as the Hungary national team's colors, red, white and green. So when they were waving 10,000 or 1,000 Hungary fan colors, Hungary flags actually, they look identical to the Hungary flags, and some fans even painting their face red, white and green. It was pretty weird and also awesome for me as a fellow Hungarian, just like Dominik Szoboszlai, to see Hungary fans at the Copa Libertadores final in Brazil. I mean, imagine somebody selling Hungary fans on flags and Hungary, banners and Hungary flags online, and imagine they get an order for 5,000 flags from Brazil. They must be scratching their head why is somebody ordering 5,000 Hungary flags from Brazil? But that's what Fluminense's colors are, and they love to represent their team, and the fans are absolutely passionate. Also, there were videos of Boca Juniors fans descending onto the beach of Rio de Janeiro, where the final was held in the Maracana, and the Boca Juniors fans were partying on the beach because of course it's still very, very good hot weather in South America, in Brazil as well. And Andre declared and delivered an absolutely brilliant all-action display, all-action performance in the final of the Copa Libertadores, which included a 94% pass accuracy, 79 touches, 7 ground duels, 4 tackles won, as well as completing 4 dribbles. Now, Liverpool fans will be wondering if Andre will be making the move to Anfield, but as I said, multiple journalists are claiming that Andre already has a verbal agreement with Liverpool, and he definitely has an agreement with Fluminense that if he stays until the end of the season, he can leave at the end of the season, because in the summer Liverpool wanted to buy Andre. Andre himself admitted that he said no to Liverpool because he gave his word to Diniz, the Fluminense manager, who by the way will now be forever in the history books of Fluminense, forever in the legends of Fluminense, for being the coach, and Andre will be in the history books as well for being one of the most instrumental and most important players for Fluminense in their quest, in their journey to winning their first Copa Libertadores title. It's like winning your first Champions League in the history of the club. In South America, the Copa Libertadores is like the Champions League in Europe. It's the most prestigious, it's the biggest, most wanted club trophy in South America. And Andre said that Jurgen Klopp is without a doubt a very intelligent, successful and a very great coach, but at the moment my coach is Diniz, who I appreciate a lot off the field and who understands my style of play. I know how much I've grown on the pitch under his guidance, and that can only be a good thing. And you know what? When I watch Andre play for Fluminense, he actually wouldn't look out of place in the Liverpool midfield. He has such brilliant game intelligence, he has a brilliant passing range. And also there were moments where the Boca Juniors player was running at Fluminense's goal, and Andre just came in from the side, stepped in and just stole the ball off him. He just stepped in and he didn't even tackle him, he just stepped in and stole the ball. Took the ball off him like it was a piece of cake, like it was the most natural thing to him. He is a brilliant, naturally gifted defensive midfielder, and with the right coaching, I think Andre can go to the very top of European and world football. And I mean, this is the next step for him. Now that he has won the Copa Libertadores with Fluminense, he can say goodbye to them with a good conscience that he wrote himself into the history books of Fluminense, and also he wrote a big, one of the biggest chapters in the history of Fluminense. So I think this is the right time for Andre to go and make the next move. And I mean, for Liverpool to come calling, it's a huge thing, and not every year you will have clubs like Liverpool interested in you. So when you have the chance to join Liverpool, I think you should take it, and that this is a perfect moment for Andre to come to Liverpool. And Liverpool still are in search of a defensive midfielder, so we have still a hole in the team where Andre could fit in and fill that hole and become an absolutely brilliant player under Jurgen Klopp's guidance. And Andre even talked about the transfer offers that came in for him. So he said it's obvious and it's normal that big offers arrive for me and for other players, even more so with the team doing well, going through to the Copa Libertadores final and winning it, being near the top of the Brazilian Championship. Not just me, but other players must have received offers as well. I'm happy about the offers that arrive, but my mind is still focused 100% on Fluminense. The Fluminense President Bittencourt has said that if you want to buy Andre, then we can talk about selling him in January. That's what he said when he was asked from Billy Hogan, the Liverpool CEO, whether Andre is available in the summer transfer window. So if you want to wait until December, then we will talk in December. So that pretty much confirms that Fluminense is pretty much open to any and all offers from not just Liverpool, but of course other clubs. Arsenal have been credited with an interest, even though Arsenal still have Thomas Partey and Declan Rice, two brilliant defensive midfielders. And talking about Arsenal, there was an absolutely huge, very controversial refereeing decision in the Newcastle Arsenal game. The winning goal, the only goal that decided the game and that puts a huge dent into the title hopes of Arsenal. It's their first defeat of the season. I think a 0-0 would have been the fair result, but you know, in football it's not always the fair result which ends up being the final result. But basically there were three reasons why the goal could have been disallowed. The ball, it could have been out of play. I saw many camera angles, and actually I still think that there should be like a goal line technology kind of system for deciding whether the ball was out of play on the touchline or on near the corner flag. The ball was probably in place, so I can understand why they didn't disallow the goal for that. But then the Newcastle player clearly pushes Saliba in the back, which is, I think, the main reason why the goal should have been disallowed. The offside, the potential offside, because the ball is between Saliba and the Newcastle attacker, you can't really see where the ball is. And if the other Newcastle attacker, Anthony Gordon, who ends up scoring the goal, if he's behind the ball, then it's not offside. But you can't. There is no camera angle where you can clearly see that Anthony Gordon is behind the ball or head of the ball or in line with the ball. So I can understand why they don't disallow the goal for that. So for that clear push, in my opinion, the goal should have been disallowed. But it's really annoying to see now Mikel Arteta is calling out the referees, because when the Tottenham-Liverpool game happened and when Liverpool were clearly cheated out of their way to a victory, we got a perfectly good goal disallowed for the VAR referees not doing their job, and also Liverpool got 2 red cards that weren't red cards. And then Arteta said, the referees make mistakes, it happens, and it evens themselves out during the season. And now Arteta is calling out the referees. He's calling it a disgrace. He's saying he's sick of it. He's sick of even being part of the Premier League, and the referees are not up to the standard of the Premier League. And many Liverpool fans and Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager, even has called out the referees and said this many times. When you are on the receiving end of it, when your team is on the receiving end of it, then you are calling out the referees. There was a perfect moment for the football community, for the whole football community to come together and to stand against the referees union, the PGMOL, and to demand change when the Tottenham-Liverpool game happened. Apart from Liverpool, nobody really stood by Liverpool, from rival clubs, managers, and many rival fans were laughing at Jurgen Klopp, demanding a replay. Vincent Kompany even said, you know what, referees make mistakes, it's alright. And then a few weeks later, Burnley are on the receiving end of horrendous refereeing mistakes, and then he's calling out referees, then he's calling them a disgrace. I mean, this Arsenal-Newcastle decision was not as bad as the Liverpool decision, and Arteta was absolutely seething, he was apoplectic, he was furious, he was absolutely fuming in his post-match press conference. Why wasn't he fuming when Liverpool were on the receiving end of even worse refereeing decisions? That's my big question. By the way, I've just found some other statistics for Andre against Boca Juniors. He actually completed 2 accurate long passes from 4. He completed both of his two dribbles. He won 4 out of 5 tackles. He won 8 out of 10 duels, and also he completed 8 recoveries in the game. So Andre was at the heart of Fluminense winning their first Copa Libertadores title. Huge congratulations to Andre and Fluminense, and hopefully he will become a Liverpool player in the January transfer window. And what a big boost it would be for Liverpool's title challenge, and it would actually improve our defense even more. So without a doubt, he's ready for the big time. He's ready for a Liverpool type of big club. So this is exactly what Arteta said when the Liverpool decisions went against Liverpool and his team, or Arsenal, wasn't involved. He said, they are trying to make the best decisions, the referees. We need to understand that mistakes happen. And he said actually that the referees deserve support in situations where errors occur. And compare those quotes to what he's saying right now. It's night and day. It's like huge difference. And that's why I think he's a hypocrite. Why didn't he call out the referees then? Why didn't he think, wait, it could happen to my team, you know? These awful blind referees could actually make awful decisions that impact my team in the future. So why not call them out? Why not stand next to Jurgen Klopp and call the referees out? And many managers didn't call the referees out. Fair play to those fans who actually did. Mark Goldbridge is one that I respect for calling out the referees hugely, because he saw through it that it could happen to his team, and it even happened before to his team. The only team that apparently is not impacted is Manchester City, because I haven't seen Man City being on the wrong end of an awful, horrendous, blatant, big refereeing bad decision in a long time. Why that is, you might have to say coincidence, but I think they actually pay off the referees. They actually bribe the referees, but that's just my honest opinion. Let me know what is yours in the comments below, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.